Hi everybody, it's July the 18th, 2025. Lots of things used to scare me when I was younger. Lots of ideas that hadn't occurred in my real childhood, in my adolescence, hadn't occurred, and they all hit me like a ton of bricks once I got out of the house and started living on my own and living in my own life with under my own control and monitoring. And so the concept of no guarantees was a scary thing to comprehend at first. This happens when your mind tries to make you believe that there's no guarantee, there's no ultimate safety net. And when you feel this as a possibility, it could scare you very deeply, and it could retard your growth. It could make you give up on the hope that you had as a child and as an adolescent if you don't rectify the situation satisfactorily or comprehensively or as much as you can in the end. So when you think there are no guarantees in life, the way that I found peace with that is that it's just surrender is one of the ways. When you realize that you can't comprehend or that you can't see the edge of your reality where the guarantee means the most, it gives you peace by surrendering, being like, if I can't see that far, and I'm right here in my life in the midst of all these situations and challenges and adventures and ambitions, if I can't see the edge of my reality, I can only believe in what I believe. I can only believe that there is God out there. There is a spiritual force out there that is taking care of me. Because if you cannot see the edge of reality, and the only thing that hits you is the belief being taken away from you by that scary possibility, that means that spirit of belief is the actual truth, because that was taken away from you by the thought of no guarantees. And when that was taken away from you, that's when the fear came in. That's where the paranoia started settling in. That's where the urge to quit comes in. So when you can surrender to the idea that you can't see that far, but keep the belief, that's how you know that there is a guarantee. But you may never consciously be able to comprehend it, but in your belief, in the core of your belief, no guarantees is a fallacy. It is a distracting concept that trips up a lot of people. Now, if you can't surrender and you can't believe, that's a tough road to go down, but it's possible to overcome that crippling dread of believing that there's no guarantees. And by that, it's almost like creating a cozy hut. If your faith is like a desert mountain because you don't believe there's any safety net, spiritually becoming like a hermit and building comfort in your life and building a reclamation of spiritual water kind of concept could elevate you to the point where you believe there is a guarantee at the end. And by this I mean, like, you go after the things that
onboard info.
It goes by the concept of reclamation of spiritual water. It's like you recycle what gives you strength. You recycle what gives you comfort. You recycle what gives you faith in your life. And as you keep on recycling the spiritual energy, the spiritual concepts, the spiritual philosophies, it grows and grows, and you become comfortable in the abode of your spirit. And after you become comfortable, it gives you the confidence to branch out and say, like, no, I cannot see to the edge of reality. I don't know if there's any guarantees, but look at this life I created around my spirit. Look how beautiful and how well taken care of I am. And this is proof, because if there were no guarantees, you wouldn't be able to build such comfort in that world. And so this leads to the concept of time. So with the concept of time, we don't know what the end of our lives look like. For all we know, we could perpetually be going down this path of life that keeps on going and keeps on going, and we don't know what eternity is because we live in eternity. That you might think that's the case, and that might be the case. So the dread of time, of revelation after time passing, could be a crippling effect on adults, because we have outlived the childhood graces. We have outlived the safety nets of society, and we know how real life can operate on us sometimes, and how it could fall on us sometimes. So combating the scary nature that time is ongoing, and that something further ahead could dispose us of our comfort and dispose us of our faith, is not to be worried about, because the current moment is powerful, as we all probably heard. We can only deal with what is now. Fear of the future is absurd as fear of the past. The past has already happened. The past is done. We survived it. We have moved on. We have progressed into a later part of our life. So a fear of the future is almost as futile as a fear of the past. And by this, I don't mean that there is no danger in the future. Of course, world events happen. World events happen. There's wars, there's famine, there's plagues. But a fear of the future is futile because we cannot see it. And what we cannot see, we cannot approach in a fruitful fashion. So this no guarantees is just an overarching fallacy to keep us from dealing with the beauty of our lives in the moment and the lives in our present. So no guarantees brings peace, because when you could bring yourself to the center of your life and progress through your challenges and your adventures, you will see that there is no need to worry about the overarching. The center of your life is where you have control, is where you have power. So no guarantees can bring peace by considering the futility of trying to see something that the Father has made it possible for us to see until it is our right time. So I hope this helps. Thanks.